Okay, since everybody wanted videos from flying in Gap, here is one. I'm east of Briançon in about 4,000 meters, circling under a nice cloud. The low clouds over there, that's Italy, towards Torino. You don't want to fly there, the clouds are too low. Very good day. We've been north up to the Valley Modanetal, and we're just fooling around here. I didn't want to go further north. We would have to jump over the Modane Valley and then jump to Le Val d'Aostatal, Valley d'Aosta, whatever it's called in English. And I don't do that. That's too scary for me. If you go further, you can go to Mont Blanc. You can see the Mont Blanc actually, but again, it's too scary. The plan Bs are getting much fewer and farther between. That's not my thing. I've never been as far. I've been here in Briançon 2 years ago. Never been at the Modane Valley, so it's already like a little improvement for me, so that's fine. If the clouds were 500, 600, 700 meters higher, like approaching 5,000, then I think I would consider flying further north towards Mont Blanc. But because then you're so high you can essentially glide back home. So, but that's not today, at least for me. I mean, others will go there, I won't. Okay, now you can hear it's going great, even under the cloud, without circling, so I can just go straight. I want to go faster so I'm not sucked into the cloud. So unfortunately we can't go towards these nice beautiful mountains on the left because there are bird protection areas. You have to be 1,000 meters above ground, and while that's easy to do above the valleys, it's of course much harder above the peaks, and you don't want to risk people with spotting glasses reading your registration. Apparently they do that. So we're flying here under this nice beautiful cloud street. Nice view over there. Oops, sorry. I expect I can fly almost up to these 3 peaks straight ahead. Now we have somebody approaching. Alarm is beeping. I can see the guy, so no problem. So I thought I had to film this one, which is really beautiful. So I'm in the bird protection area, but within one of those there's some alarm going on. Sorry. But I'm within one of these corridors you can use to cross. And these corridors, turns out, are organized so you visit the most scenic places, and also that you fly where there is the best thermals, it looks. So these are actually really useful, those corridors. And so that's why I can show you this nice glacier here. So if you need some kind of motivation to start gliding as a hobby, or you know, I think it doesn't get much better than this. Although a nice fast cross-country flight is also cool, but still, this is pretty cool. So whatever, maybe this helps. Find a hobby for you. We have some lift here, so we can... Oh, there's people walking around down there, you can see them? And here's the lift, as expected. Alright, gotta move the phone away, I gotta do some actual flying now. Never been through this corridor here. Okay, so there is more of them glaciers. Still pretty cool. One thing that you should know is that it's not... I mean, I'm in 4,000 meters and it's easy to escape, right? So if for some reason I don't find any meaningful lift here, there's always ways to glide out into safety. So this is how I like mountain flying, where there is actually a plan B. I'm not one of these... I mean, there are people who maybe have more trust in their own abilities, in the sense that they will always find some lift. And if you've done this for 15-20 years, maybe that's justified. But for me it's not. So I don't fly anywhere where I can't escape. So I'm always on the lookout for plan Bs. This is just wonderful. If you look to the south, you can see a couple of very big clouds. The weather forecast did announce that there will be thunderstorms later in the day. Not here, but towards the Italian border, which is just where you're looking right now. So you can see these thunderstorms. If these thunderstorms catch you while you're like deep in the mountains, it's really potentially dangerous, because they might cut off your way back. But if they're far away, it's not an issue. Also, I'm only 50 kilometers from my takeoff location, so I can always go back if this thunderstormy stuff becomes more relevant for us here. But for now everything's fine. I've switched over to another corridor. Look, there even available as airspace on my nav system, so you can literally just fly them along. And as you can see, just along the corridor there is the cloud street, so that's exactly how it should be. I've moved closer to the Italian border, which is why you see all these low clouds here, and I'm climbing up to 4,000 now, 3 meters per second. Rather round thermal, so you don't have to correct much. So I'm heading for this cloud straight away, straight ahead. It looks even a bit higher than what I'm now. But that's the last cloud that makes sense to go to, because then, as you can see, the cloud base drops a lot and there's no point in going there.
Also Niki und Felix, so gut Wetter habe ich jetzt auch noch nie erlebt.
So for those who speak German, they heard Max say that he never had weather as good as this. It's really good today.
Ja, warte mal.
Okay. Mal sehen. Traveling about 180. You have to correct it for the high altitude, so it's over 220 or something, because of the indication error of the airspeed indicator with altitude. You can feel it becomes rumbly. That means there's going to be a thermal soon. It's not so easy to do this filming thing when you need the hand for the flaps. Shoot. Anyway, here we are. 4 meters per second. That's good even. No, that's not quite. Let's see. Correct a little bit over here. And you can hear it become stronger. Probably gonna be more strong. You never know, right? So. There's some guy below me. Okay. Whoops. See the big thunderstormy clouds. Okay, now we're climbing 2.8 meters per second. And you can feel it, relatively rough. That's why the camera is shaking. I mean, not bad. But there is some turbulence here. Well, I mean, some people consider thermals turbulence. Of course we don't. It's what we all want. It's really beautiful with these lower clouds there. So we're now at 4.1, more or less on the cloud. So we're gonna leave here and go to this cloud straight ahead. Isn't it beautiful here? So this is now pure sightseeing because there's no point in flying here. You know, there is no good thermals expected. But it looks cool. It's also a good thing. Slightly annoying noise on the radio. Somebody's push to talk key seems to make strange noises. So I was coming from here. basically as far as you can see. I mean, obviously there's more mountains behind it, but the horizon where it becomes too Wir klopfen da ständig auf der Sprechtaste rum.
Ja, das braucht man auch.
So here it looks perfectly fine, which is where I need to go. But wait for it. This is how it looks if you get thunderstorms in the mountains. If for whatever reason you needed to go there, bad luck. Of course, in this valley here, not sure you can see it, there's an airfield, Barcelonnette. So if you had to go there, you could just stop here and land. Again, for me it's not a problem, I need to go the other direction. But it is really impressive. I mean, if the clouds touch the mountains, then there is just no way through. And of course it's extremely turbulent, as you can see from these almost rotor cloud kinds of things. So it's actually quite scary, or let's say educating to see how it can turn out if it overdevelops in the mountains.
You say that